Hey guys, it's Morgan coming to you from Highland Cycles with yet another video about the Tusk Recon Tire. Mainly because I keep seeing all this stuff on YouTube about people sort of freaking out about the size of the tire and complaining that it's too big and it's this and that and all. Anyway, let's discuss that, right? So let's start with the fact that on our rental, Daisy here, we are running the 110-118. And I got all these tires up here because we're going to go over kind of all the sizes. 110-118 Tusk Recon, okay? If you look here, so this tire is the second tire on this Platinum Mousse. We're going to talk about what size Platinum Mousse here in just a second, but I just want to show you that this is the second tire on this Mousse, and the bead is all seated on both sides. Looks good, just like we want. All right, and the tire is definitely nice and squishy. You can see that it's moving the carcass, right? So that's a 110-118, and it's kind of a big 110-118. And that sounds weird to say because 110 is a measurement of millimeters. 100 is the aspect ratio, which means 100% of 110 millimeters. And then obviously the 18 is the rim size. And that should be standard across all tires, right? Well, it's not. I don't really know why. I can't explain why some manufacturers like to measure their tires bigger, smaller, whatever. But one of the comments I got was from this channel, awesome channel, Vegas Romaniac, and he is talking about how he had to gear down his bike because the Recon was so big. Well, he put a 120 on it. That's a big tire. I don't know what size bike he's riding. Maybe it's a 450. A 120 is a great size tire, but a 120 is also pretty huge. He's comparing that to a Kenda 120, the Trackmaster 120. Well, they're not the same. And it's not because that the Recon is necessarily the wrong size. It's because they all measure them differently. So let's take a look here at the Bridgestone X30, one of my favorite tires. You can see 110, 118. And if we match it up right there, they're pretty close. The Tusk maybe looks a little bit wider, partially because it's a little flatter. You can see it's been worn down and it's squishy. Also, when you're looking at tires on the rack, you have to be careful with the fact of how they've been stored, right? So this one, you can see, is pretty open around there, whereas this Geomax is not. It was crushed a little bit more. When you do that, it makes the tire look a little narrower. So you can see that that tire looks a little bit narrower, looks taller because it's, you know, it's doesn't have any weight on it. It looks a little bit narrow, but it's also a 110-118. You can see right there. Then let's take a look at the Kenda. So this is a Kenda Parker. I don't have a Trackmaster here right now, but generally manufacturers kind of are similar across all their tires. So first of all, let's look at this. So that's a 110-118 Kenda Parker DT. When we line it up here like this, it looks super fat, right? You can see that the tire is very open, was not stored crushed. But then look at this. Look at the height here, right? So that is pretty narrow this way, even though it's a 110-100, so it should be 100% of 110 millimeters tall. But you can see it's pretty narrow compared to this that's got a little more volume to it, right? So when you mount this up and you put a Mousse in it, it's actually gonna get smaller looking. So that's the thing with tires. They're not all the same. They're not all measured the same. Michelin's, for instance, are pretty crazy. Some of their tires, not all of them, but a lot of the Michelin tires, you can buy a 140 that's about the same size as most companies' 120. So here's the deal. Here's the take-home lesson. When you're looking at tires and mousses online and you're doing all this stuff and you're researching, you're watching my videos, watching all these other guys' videos, which are awesome. They're, you know, because everybody's got their own opinion, everybody's got their own testing, things like that. You got to take all of it with a little bit of a grain of salt, because everybody's bike is a little bit different. Rim widths can be different. Mousses vary a little bit in their manufacturing. It used to be really bad with nitro, but they've gotten a lot better with the platinums and the plushies. But in my opinion, the Recon is actually closer to what I consider a true size. I am used to 110-100 tires being pretty big because I run the Bridgestones and I run Dunlops. Now Kenda's 110-100 is quite a bit smaller volume. That's all there is to it. It's quite a bit smaller tire it's just a smaller tire. So here's the thing. So far what I've found, and I don't know what the chart says for Nitro Mousse, I'm not sure what Tusk is saying for theirs, but I think that the best mousse for the 110-118 tire is the NM18305. Now I think that a lot of guys are putting the 285 in there and they're feeling like it's too small, tire's too squishy. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe that's what the chart says. But you know what? Charts aren't always right. The internet's not always right, even though here we are on the internet together. But I'm telling you right now that from my experience so far, I've put actually almost 500 miles on this tire now. Really happy, by the way, with how it's held up and how it works. And how it's sitting. I mean, honestly, if you look like that, usually if they're getting real worn out, that's super squished, but that's not that bad. I don't think that's that bad at all for a tire that's got almost 500 miles on it. Tire and Mousse. Actually, the Mousse has almost 700 miles on it. So I'm pretty happy with that, the way that looks. So again, Tusk Recon 110-118. Put the NM18305, whether it be the plushie or the platinum, I don't care. Put the 305 in it. If you're running a 120, whatever the next size up is, I'm not sure, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the next 18 size up is. Right on, guys. I hope that helps clear a little bit of this up for you. I just find it funny that people freak out about sizes of things and anyway, whatever. I think it's hilarious. So, and here's another take home. You know what? You can watch all my videos. You can watch all of everybody else's videos. And I think we all have good opinions and things like that. But here's the deal. Try your own freaking tires. Get out there. Try your own stuff. Do your own thing. And make your own decisions. Right? Maybe you take a look at my video, Vegas Romaniac video, the Rocky Mountain ATV video, all those things. Take a look at all of them. And then decide whether you want to risk the 60 bucks. Okay? Risk the 60 bucks. Try it out. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you like the tire? Do you not like the tire? You know what? Everybody's different. Everybody's riding style is different. Everybody's riding area is different. So just get out, try your own tire, figure it out what you like the best, and stick with that. Have fun. Spread the gospel of two wheels, guys, and make sure you get out and ride your dirt bikes.